What's up? Mid hookah smoke that got lit. Yeah, whatever. Guys, Ant-Man and the Wasp is up first in our MCU journey. What other ones do we have, though, for the
Infinity
listeners?
War, Endgame, Far From Home.
Beautiful. I did not watch any of these movies. Just kidding. Ant-Man and the Wasp, though. Like I said, up first. What's going down? Let's jump into it.
Plot. We got Scott Lang is grappling with the consequences of his choices as both a superhero and a father. Approached by Hope Van Dyne and Dr. Hank Pym, Lang must once again don the Ant-Man suit and fight alongside the Wasp. The urgent mission soon leads to secret revelations from the past as that dynamic duo finds itself in an epic battle against a powerful new enemy.
So powerful.
Ooh, yeah, this movie came out in 2018. It's an hour and 58 minutes long. Budget guess.
$138.
I'm going to go... I'll go 130.
120.
162. Worldwide gross, I'm just going to say it's $622 million.
Nice. Director, we got Peyton Reed. The actors, Paul Rudd as Scott Lang.
Returning.
Evangeline Lilly returning as Hope Van Dyne. Michael Pena as Lewis. Hell yeah. Walton Goggins.
Let's go.
Sonny Birch. Hell yes. Anything Walton is in, I'm there for.
100%. One of my
Judy
favorites.
Greer is Maggie
Emma.
again. Yeah, it's a pretty... Michelle Pfeiffer is Janet Van Dyne.
That was
Michael
cool.
Douglas as Dr. Hank Pym. Lawrence Fishburne as Bill Foster. It's pretty good cast all around. Pretty good director, too. So, that's...
No award.
Awards-wise, nothing. It was just...
We'll get to that later in upcoming movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's y'all's
Those are
favorite
coming.
character?
Paul
Paul?
Paul Rudd.
Paul
Alien?
Rudd.
Walton Goggins.
Yeah, Sonny Birch.
Yeah, Walton for me, too.
Yeah, I
And,
figured y'all'd say that. That's why I like Paul Rudd.
Yeah, it was awesome to see him in an MCU movie. I'll just say
It's
that.
just awesome to see him on screen every time he's on screen. He's so underrated, it pisses me off.
Dude, he's so fucking good. It's insane. Yeah, definitely favorite character. What about y'all's favorite scene?
I really like the truth serum scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a good
I
one.
thought that was pretty funny.
I like the car chase with Hope and Luis.
Nice.
Yeah.
The hope for Luis.
Yeah, my favorite scene definitely goes to Luis narrating the for Walton Goggins when he puts the truth serum in him.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, yeah.
my favorite scene, oddly enough, is actually the last scene. I love
The
like
serum.
no, the drive-in. Like
Oh,
when they're
yeah,
driving the
dude.
laptop.
Really cool.
I think that's just awesome.
It's
Like
genius.
they're fucking watching the shit on a fucking laptop. Something about that really was cool to me.
Yeah,
Don't
I
know
do
why,
like
but
that.
that was a dope scene to me. Enjoyed that. What about favorite action scene?
There's not that many.
Mine's the car chase. scene,
Yeah, that was
Tyler.
mine. Yeah, like when they
Well,
were driving
With the I'm talking and
weaving
then
in and out and
best
shit.
fight scene Ghost and them in the car scene when Ghost is
Yeah.
just coming.
There
That's
there wasn't
Yeah, there's
enough
not a lot of
action
action.
in here, man.
For
know
me, my favorite fight scene was you get to see Wasp in action for the first time with Walton Goggins' crew.
Yeah,
Sony's crew.
I
when-
thought about putting that.
Dude,
Yeah.
she's just like, okay.
It's like the only other one.
And then she comes back and she's just a badass.
how'd she get them skills so fast?
It's a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
They
Get 'em with the
all
snap of
have
the
Maybe
fingers.
it's the suit. The suit.
the snap
Does
reset
everything.
everything.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Yeah, for sure. Is there any titties? Hopefully, Evangeline Lilly's titties
I
are
would
in
love
this.
to.
No.
Damn it.
Sorry, guys.
God, dude, one of these Marvel movies will deliver on the boobs. I'm sure of it. What about the location on set and in movie?
Movie was filmed in Georgia. We got Atlanta and Savannah. Then in California, in San Francisco and Oakland. And then Honolulu, Hawaii. This would have been a good movie to film. They went
Exactly.
to some pretty cool places.
Locations.
And then it takes place in San Francisco, California, and then the quantum realm, I guess.
Gotta love that quantum realm, dude. Best unimportant scene for me. is honestly the beginning. The design of Rudd and his daughter's little fort clubhouse was like, that was my shit.
Pretty sick.
It was like everybody did that shit. But I took that to a new level. I was like weirdly in love with forts. I think I even made one when I was like 23. I put like over, like it was the coolest shit ever. I had the futon and I had the big TV and I put a cover over the big TV and then I stretched it over the futon and had a fucking fan inside of the futon, and I would just crash out in there, and there'd be like a little doorway.
First date with your wife. That's how you.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I don't
get
even,
my fort.
Yeah, and I was about to say I don't even know if 2 people can fit in there, but no, they definitely did. I remember my buddy Josh Sanders came over. He'd never seen Seven. We watched Seven in there for the first time, just enclosed in this dark ass fucking fort TV, like engulfing you.
Perfect setting for a first watch of that.
Yeah, it was fucking dude. It was awesome. Like seriously, if y'all want to make a bomb ass fort, dude, do that. Put a fucking cover over your big TV. Hopefully it don't tip, and then
Make
put
sure
it
it's
over
stable.
the
Step one.
Put a couch right in front of it, and put the other half of it over the couch. I had like the cover on the ground. And I put something to weight it down, and it just extended to where it actually felt like a roof. And then you gotta have the fan in there too, so it's blowing and nice and cool. Dope shit, dude. I miss that shit. So that's sad to me because I'm about that fort life, and I was in love. I was like, wow, this is so dope. I need this in my life. Maybe I can do something cool like this with my daughter at one point. I did make a
We
fort
should
for
do
her
a
once.
podcast episode
Inside of a fort.
That's a great idea.
Dude, I made a fort for me and my daughter one time, and she just wasn't feeling it. I was like, fuck you. You are not my kid. I hate it.
All right, Rodney. Cringy.
Just kidding. I love my daughter.
I find it kind of, it's just like more of a pet peeve for me, but I actually wrote it down because I knew I'd forget.
He's like, wait, I was prepared.
Okay,
I'm unprepared that I was
the
prepared.
alignment of the, what is it, the stars or whatever. It's like the one, you can only do this once every century or whatever she said. So I don't like that kind of shit because it automatically to me just like it's lazy.
Yeah,
no
all the
stakes.
timing is perfect.
But other than that, there really wasn't anything that was just like, ugh, you know.
Which to me, it seems like if there was going to be a movie in the MCU, it would be this movie that would have a lot of cringy stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you would think, but Marvel just keeps
Knocks
surprising
them out
us.
of the park.
Yeah.
They got their formula. They stick to it, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Tyler, goofs.
Doctor, about an hour and 10 minutes in, Dr. Hank Pym is locked up by the FBI in the interrogation room without his handcuffs being secure. But then Hope Van Dyke, or / the Wasp, uses the hairpin to unlock them.
So it's like he put them on himself.
Yeah, like he could have easily got out of them, but they had to make it look like. You can see the reflection of a boom pole in the lamp during Sunny and Hope's first talk, right after Hope sits down.
He's like, fuck y'all.
Y'all talking shit about me?
Maybe. Just wait till you rewatch it because we know you will.
Anything else? Any other
Yeah,
good
Dyke.
ones?
Yeah, when the cars change sides during the chase, their speed is unaffected.
Couldn't tell.
That's inaccurate because it got like that's don't make sense because
Drinking a car doesn't make sense there, buddy.
That was the best explanation ever. He's like, I don't know where I'm going with this, and it doesn't make sense. So we'll leave it at that.
yeah, I mean going from a regular car to the size of a Hot Wheel, I think it would affect your speed.
Yeah, maybe. You might be onto something there. I feel
Is that
you.
about it?
Yeah, thank
All
God.
right.
Someone
Brandon?
else
It's
talk.
just funny how you approached it. Deleted scenes. Damn, dude. Nothing really worth mentioning here. It was kind of cool that Hank and Janet one time going through the quantum realm and like they find some type of monster and fucking Janet like does some weird shit to it, and Hank Pym has that look like, that
fucking
like
monster.
like that's my girl type of thing. Like it wasn't good, but like it was one of those like throwaway scenes. It wasn't bad either. It was like, okay, that would have worked in the movie, but I see why they cut it. It's okay. That was the best of the deleted scenes that I saw. Nothing special. Did the ending deliver though?
No, not really for me.
No, it didn't.
Like 40% no.
I said
So it was
meh.
60% yes.
So it did
No,
deliver.
60% no, because I said it didn't.
Vice
Yeah,
versa.
40%.
He got mixed around. Yeah. I just said meh. It was like 50-50 to me.
I think it delivered.
I think it delivered as well, slightly.
I wasn't like damn, hell yeah on that. It was just like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I'm 60-40. It delivered.
I'm 50-50.
I like the ending chase scene, the whole long chase scene. I did really like that. And then they finally get the mom back, which was a good note to end on. And she's the one that helps the ghost girl or whatever. But yeah, I think it delivered. Didn't do anything special, but
True serum.
solid. And yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It is a true serum.
I dug that.
You want to some trivia?
If you want to.
All
Don't
right.
feel forced, brother.
Rodney, I think you're going to get this. So, Rodney's going to have you got to wait 10 seconds before you answer.
Paul Rudd.
Okay.
This marks the second MCU film where the lead antagonist is a female. What's the first?
Thor Ragnarok.
I wasn't 10 seconds, but you got it.
Yeah, he was all off.
Thor
Kate
Ragnarok.
Blanchett's
Also-
female sack.
Also, a side note: Ghost is a male in all the comic books, and they changed to a female.
Does
movie.
not surprise me.
Did the same thing with Black Widow.
Here we go. Brandon's favorite scene: the end scene where they're watching a movie on the laptop. What movie were they watching?
Dude, I don't even remember the movie. Even though I like that scene. Hey, baby.
What movie were they watching?
Good job. We're talking about Spider-Man.
It's from 1954.
I don't even remember what the movie was. Like, I don't even have a scene in my head.
The movie,
Wasn't
it's a classic sci-fi flick in which nuclear testing
Day
creates
the Earth
giant
stood still?
Yeah, 50-foot. Huh?
Nuclear testing creates giant ants. That's what the movie's about.
Oh, fuck you. They were
Yes,
watching
that's what it
that.
is.
I was thinking 50-foot woman until you said that.
It's called Them.
Yes, I know the movie you're talking about
With an
now.
exclamation
Yeah,
mark.
yeah.
1954.
I couldn't think of the name. I actually did know.
Damn it,
this.
one of my favorites.
But I
How
legitimately
did I miss
didn't
that?
even remember like ants and what they're watching. I just
That's,
remember.
I think, the only thing that.
Yeah. That's what's weird about it is like I was so like just like
How cool it was
Yeah, I was
that
like,
they
look at
shrunk
this
the car.
setup. They're like I blanked out since Sunday what they were watching.
All right.
Yeah, I've seen that movie
Rodney,
before
you got a
when I was a kid.
5-second timer before you can buzz in.
All right.
Use it, don't cheat. Like
I mean,
last
just
time.
do it.
The Wasp becomes the second superhero to have the superhero title passed down to them from their parent. Who was the first?
Thor.
No, because that's Thor Odin's son.
Oh,
It's
dude.
the last name.
Peter Quill.
No. Shit.
Oh, dude,
I
Robert
know.
Downey
Yeah,
Jr.,
stump
Iron
you?
Man.
Nope.
No. I was just thinking of his dad, Howard
Hint:
Stark.
we just previously watched this movie recently. You all gave it 5s, I think.
Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Yeah.
Well, T'Challa and T'Chaka.
He passed down the
To
mantle
Chocolat.
of the
Hakuna
superhero
Matata.
of
Oh,
Black
okay.
Panther.
Okay.
Yeah, that one.
I didn't give it
was
a
trivia.
5. I gave it a
Solid
6.8,
trivia,
I
you
think.
That was good.
That was
Yeah,
good. Good job, Josh.
Our personal scores. Who wants to
Oh,
kick
wait,
that
tomatoes?
No,
off?
I got to do
No,
Rotten
we're not
Tomatoes.
worried about that, dude, because it's not accurate. I'm just playing. Go ahead. I'm
The
just
Rotten
saying
Tomatoes
shit. I
for-
fucked up, okay? Sorry.
Rewind, this didn't happen. Ant-Man and the
Rewind
Wasp is an
effect.
87% critic,
Dang,
81%
that's pretty high.
audience, and a 7.0 IMDb.
They were high, right?
For me, Ant-Man and the Wasp, I enjoy it. It is not the first Ant-Man. I like the first Ant-Man way better.
Agree.
Yeah.
I like what they did with Ghost, and I like the relationship between Fishburne and Michael Douglas's characters. I like that feud that they had,
Classic fake.
and
heart
how
attack.
he was like, yeah, that was awesome too.
Yeah,
But
he's
in
like,
the
"Damn,
end, he
bro."
like cut her loose to answer the call because he was, you know,
He had a heart.
yeah, had a heart.
Is it weird my brain always goes to, though, where I'm like, dude, next time if you're in the same situation, what if you actually are having a heart attack? Like, that would ever happen. Sorry, but
would be
continue.
crazy.
I had to add that point because my brain works in weird ways like that.
I think Rotten Tomatoes is a little high on their scores.
Again,
But I'll agree with IMDb a little bit more and go with a 7.3.
Really?
Right, same ballpark. I enjoy this movie. It doesn't do anything crazy to make me love it or anything terrible to make me not like it. Solid movie. I'm at a 7.5.
Yeah, this movie for me, it's definitely better than the last Ant-Man. I'll give it that.
Oh, shit.
Just kidding. I didn't even really like the first Ant-Man. This one was even worse to me. And even though Walton Goggins was my favorite character, he felt a little wasted to me at the same time.
He
Like
needed more
he
screen time.
could have,
Underutilized.
he could have been so much better knowing how good Walton Goggins is. And if he wasn't in it, oh my God! Like I just, a lot of the jokes didn't really work for me. There wasn't much action, and I just wasn't really feeling this movie at all. But again, the spectacle of the MCU does win me over to some degree. Didn't leak into bad territory, but it wasn't good either. Like, this is a 5.6 out of 10 to me. Not a fan of this movie.
Yeah, this movie is very forgettable, and it's on the low end of Marvel movies. I give it a 6.9.
Yeah. Blah.
Yeah, I feel like if there was a movie you weren't going to watch in the MCU, you could skip over this.
Honestly, this one, the only thing about Ant-Man and the Wasp that connects is the end credit
The
scene.
end, yep, where they disappear.
I love that. That's my favorite scene.
It was actually a really good scene.
Yeah, that was like the best moment.
On to Avengers Infinity War. We've been waiting.
Bum bum
a while for
bum.
this one, haven't we, boys? All right, we got plot. Iron Man, Thor, the Hulk, and the rest of the Avengers unite to battle their most powerful enemy yet, the evil Thanos. On a mission to collect all 6 Infinity Stones, Thanos plans to use the artifacts to inflict his twisted will on reality. The fate of the planet and existence itself has never been more uncertain, as everything the Avengers have fought for has led up to this moment. Literally.
Yeah,
Literally.
everything was building to this, and it came out in 2018, 2 hours 23 minutes.
$200 million budget.
Here we're going. These are the big dogs now. What's the budget? The
200
budget.
200.
Oh, the budget?
Yeah.
It was
215.
no, the budget was 500 million.
Jesus.
No,
What is it?
not even close.
Yeah, it is.
200.
321.
Gross 1.7.
This movie grossed 2.5.
2.0.
2.0.
2 billion.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of money.
Between this movie and Endgame, it cost $1 billion because they filmed them back to
It's
back.
really one big movie.
Yeah.
That's essentially how you should look at it.
Did it win any awards?
Uh,
Oh wait, the characters. You already said that.
so we got Anthony and Joe Russo are back in the director's chair from Winter Soldier, Civil War, and now this. Of course, all the Avengers. I'm not gonna, go through
We
all
know,
of that.
yeah, we
Yeah,
know.
everybody knows who everybody is here. It did get nominated for 1 Oscar, the best achievement in visual effects, which
Understandable.
holy fuck, Thanos. That
Looked amazing.
the most realistic thing I've ever seen.
I've said that to my girlfriend, she's been watching these for the first time with me.
Nice.
Oh, that's
And I was
awesome.
like, look at the fucking CGI. Like, that looks
Yeah.
so amazing.
Dude, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And then I showed her who was playing Thanos, and she was like, "Oh, I can see."
Yes.
Yeah.
You can kind of see it.
Josh Brolin playing
Yes.
Thanos. He's a new
Kills
character.
it.
So yeah, and it's
Kills it.
yeah, absolutely.
Who's your all's favorite character?
Thanos all day long.
I mean, I'm right there too. If I'm gonna go from the good side, it's Thor.
Oh,
I
okay.
love Thor in this movie.
I agree. I wrote Thor and Thanos.
Yep.
This is Thanos' movie.
It is.
Who's
It
your
is.
favorite character, Brandon?
Thor.
Thanos.
Thanos. We're all on
Thanos.
Thanos.
Yeah.
What is your all's favorite scene
This is
from the movie?
really tough.
You could name 32 scenes.
Yeah,
And
they're.
I'd be like, yep, I understand why that's your favorite.
Uh,
There's so many to choose from.
For me, I think I kind of battle myself on 2 scenes that would be considered like my favorite non-action sequences, and one of them is the little banter between Peter Quill and Thanos when Thanos captures Gamora. And he's like, she says, you know what I told you to do, and then he does it, and Thanos is like, yes, do it. She's asked, hasn't she?
Yeah.
And that whole little debacle. But in the end, for me, Thanos, Doctor Strange, when they're talking on Titan, right before that big battle happens, I think that's such an incredible scene. Thanos explaining his reasoning why he's doing what he's doing, and where he comes from.
Because he doesn't really look at himself as a bad guy.
Right.
He thinks he's doing good.
Which makes him more dangerous.
By purging planets or whatever. Again, like I said, there's so many scenes you could choose from. So I just went with my favorite that was the most, I guess you could say, impactful, and that's the finger snap. When he actually snaps his fingers, the emotion, you start seeing everybody, fading off, and then especially where it hits, at least me, the hardest, is Spider-Man and Iron Man.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't feel so good. And then he drifts
Yeah, he's a
off.
kid.
That,
He's like 16 years old, 15 years
That
old.
fucking hits hard for me.
I love the scene with Peter, Quill, Star-Lord, and Thor when they're bantering back and forth, and and Peter's trying to be more manly than Thor.
Yeah, it's
He's
great.
like, no, is your
Even
voice
like you're doing
deeper?
something with your voice.
It's like, no, this is my voice. It's a great.
Yeah.
Just
I
a
love
little
Drax too, where he's talking about he's like, I'm
The
invisible.
Zarg nuts.
Yeah,
He's like, you're literally eating a Zarg nut. He's like, yes, but I'm moving at such a slow rate of
Dude,
speed.
Drax is hilarious.
that
Him and
it's
Korg.
imperceptible.
You know
to
what's
the
funny
human
about
eye.
that is every time I watch this movie, which
You
has
don't see
been,
him?
and yes, I forget about him being there.
Now,
So I
is
get
that
so
Dave
sucked into
Bautista or
that
John Cena?
Yeah. You can't see me. All right.
Favorite action scene?
What were you just saying, though?
What about what?
What was your point? I missed the end of that. Or you didn't even say it.
What
One or the other.
was I
That he
saying?
forgets Drax is there.
Oh,
you
yeah,
forget
every
he's even
time I
in the
watch
movie.
this movie, I forget because I get so sucked into the scene between Gamora and Peter Quill. I forget Drax is standing there doing that. So every time it happens, I laugh.
It's
Every
so
single
hilarious.
time.
Yeah, and I had a favorite scene too, but it was the same as Josh. It was the snap. It's got to be
It's
my
so
favorite
impactful.
scene. And just the fact that Thor and that comes back later is you should have
I was
went
so
for the head.
fucking
Yes.
excited when that happened at the
Yeah.
end of that movie.
Oh my god, so epic. Love it.
Favorite action
yeah.
scenes, guys?
I'll go with in the beginning, Hulk versus Thanos.
Nice.
When Thanos is just outboxing Hulk and it's a very, very impressive. It just shows how powerful
That's
Thanos
actually
is.
yeah,
It's crazy.
That's mine too, and that's actually my favorite scene in the movie. In
Yeah,
general,
dude.
that whole how powerful
shit.
it is,
I
and the
shouldn't have said it.
introduction of Thanos, and the fucking feel is real dark and gritty.
Yeah.
The shit that happens with Heimdall too, and then Loki. Dude, all that was perfection. The opening of this movie
Is great.
is some of the best in the MCU, if not the best. It's so good. It sets such a great tone. Love it. But yeah, for me, that fight scene.
Yeah.
What you got, Rodney?
Doctor Strange versus Thanos. Dude, that scene, because Thanos doesn't really, I guess, know how to use the gauntlet yet. So, but he was still doing some dope ass shit, and Doctor Strange countered everything and hit him back with shit. I just thought that scene gets me so hyped every time I watch it.
Yeah, I mean, mine. I just went a little more vague than you, and just that final fight between Thanos and all the Avengers there.
Oh yeah.
That
Yeah, that
just
was,
the whole. It's the last how much of this movie's. I feel like it's a giant fight scene.
should have went for the
It's
head.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Is that what he says?
You should have gone for the head.
Any nipples, Tyler?
No, I didn't see any.
I saw Drax's, I think.
Yeah.
Them tits is looking meaty.
All right.
He's
then
got some
I
good
guess
sweater meats there.
We can go to the filming locations. So this was filmed in Atlanta, Georgia. We got New York, and then the United Kingdom. And it takes place all over the place. It takes place in New York, and then I wrote space, Scotland, Nowhere, Wakanda, Nidavellir, Titan, and Vormir. So all these mythical places.
As
Nice.
it should be.
Best unimportant scene. I didn't really have one for this one. I couldn't really find one that I was like, okay, this stands out to me for some reason, but not other people. It was just all straightforward. This could be epic to everybody type of vibe. Yeah, didn't have one. Try to every time. Did not have one. Cringiest moment. Dumbest moment.
Oh, bro. Absolutely none. 0, nil,
none?
nada.
What about the one time we...
Nope.
Everything's perfect.
This movie's fantastic.
It's great.
Oh, I love this fucking movie.
Tyler Goose? None. It's perfect.
It was hard to find Goose for these. The Infinity Gauntlet is different from the one Thanos
put it
dons
It hit
in
You're good.
Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Ronnie and I put the mic in my armpit. My mic, I can't even talk. The hookah about winning my armpit. It's trying to be funny. And he's just like, why did I just do that? But it didn't hit there. We're good.
Any other Goose? That's the last one.
Right before Amanda says the line, "Kick names, take ass." Her
That
eyes are
sounded
not
like a
almost all
girl.
black as usually seen. Was it?
Brandon?
What are we
Deleted
doing?
scenes?
Deleted scenes, really? Nothing really here. I guess they were like, everything's great, so we're just going to keep it in the movie. There's some extended type of scenes, if I remember correctly. There was a mildly, I'll put keyword mildly, amusing Guardian scene that I get why I was cut out. Like, there was like one moment of it for half a second that was funny, but the overall scene that went on for like a minute, 30 seconds was like, yeah, it's not worth having this little bit in there. Even though that was kind of almost like the whole bit, the more I think about it. But like, Quill is basically a Star-Lord. More people think of him that way. Is sitting there talking to everybody, and out of nowhere, he looks over at Drax, and he's like, "What have you done?" Like, he's like, you didn't check to see. I don't know what they called it, but there was like incoming messages, and this thing lights up like yellow, and he's like, that was Drax's one job to like make sure that they knew the messages were coming in. And Drax, of course, just like, why would I do that? And he's like, that was literally your one job. And that's like, it was kind of funny, but everything around it. And then he's like texting back and forth to like Nebula, I think, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it was, I don't know if it was worth keeping in the movie. It was that one moment, that was literally your one job. That was funny, fit Drax's character, but it was worth having the full minute and 30 seconds. That just kind of was like, what's the point of this whole scene? We already have 3 hours of a movie. It's flowing so good. I get why they took it out. It was all right.
Ending deliver. Yes.
You want to go first? Go for it.
Yes, of course. The snap, everything. And then you're like, what the fuck is going to happen
snap.
next? Yes, the ending
Hopefully
deliver.
nothing.
For this.
This is where I
yeah, I
want
mean,
everything to
ending
end.
absolutely delivered. And this is one of those movies.
My dark sense of
When you
humor.
say, did the ending deliver for me, the last like hour of the movie is the ending.
Yeah, for
like
real.
the
last
whole-
45 minutes, I was like,
like I love the split battles they had going, like in Wakanda, and then what was it on Titan where they were fighting Thanos, how they kept going back and forth between that. That was fantastic. I love the Wanda and Vision scene. Where
yeah.
he was like, "You got to kill me," essentially.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so
The
heartbreaking.
emotion there, and then
Mm-hmm.
she destroys it, but then Thanos rewinds it. I love the kind of
Now is no time at all.
Dude, it's like the Def Jam fucking 3. Y'all, damn, dude. Maybe the viewers, a few people that watch this will fucking know what I'm talking about. Def Jam 3. The games? Did you ever play Def Jam 5 from New York? There's a
Horrible
third one that
review.
wasn't as good, but legitimately they'd do like this. That's what it reminds me of. There's my unimportant scene. It's funny to think of Thanos hitting some shit like that.
But yeah, and then when Thor thinks he's killed Thanos, he's got the axe or whatever in his chest, and then we've already said the line, but Thanos is like, "You should have gone for the head."
Yeah.
Is that what
That's
he said?
iconic. And then I love how the good guys lose at the end of this.
Yeah.
It's not
Did
a happy
anyone
ending.
see this in theaters?
Yes.
Like, how did you feel? How did the crowd feel after this
I actually
movie
didn't
ended?
see
So
this
I-
in theaters, which is
if I
crazy.
remember correctly,
I'm super hyped for this.
had they already announced that there was another Spider-Man movie coming?
I can't
Because
remember.
I remember him disappearing and me thinking,
Yeah.
wait, there's another I know
Yeah,
he's coming back.
it was already announced.
So it didn't impact me as much as I guess it should have, but it still did. You're like, how are they?
Yeah,
gonna
because
bring
you
that
knew they
back?
were going to come back as a Spider-Man.
That's one big flaw with the
Yeah.
MCU. If you can
They
find
should
one,
have
there's
not
no
released-
stakes to this type of shit, dude.
But yeah,
and even then you were like,
the whole
they're gonna come
movie
back.
theater experience with this movie and Endgame, I saw both of them in theaters. Some of the best.
I know. I just
theater
feel like they would come
experiences
out
I've
of
ever
Infinity
had.
War like kind of down and like,
The-
I
shit,
think our
man.
minds were like blown.
Yeah, like they
We were
actually
like,
went
what the
there.
fuck?
They
Dude,
killed
fantastic.
Spider-Man.
This is one of those movies like I'm shocked I didn't see it in theaters. 'Cause at this time, I wasn't a big Marvel fan, but for some reason, them bringing in a big villain like Thanos, I was so fucking hyped for this movie. I wanted to see it in theaters, but I just couldn't get around to it for whatever reason. I can't explain why. It's the first movie I
Y'all-
watched on the 75
Did
inch.
you
in
hit
4K,
on Did
though.
Ending Deliver?
Yeah, ending delivers for me.
Any
Of course,
extra points?
yes,
No,
on me.
yes, but any other points I didn't hit? I feel like they do a great job.
Dude,
I think
it's-
it's a masterpiece.
It really is.
We ready for trivia then?
Yep, let's do it.
This is the fourth movie
Like the hoo-ah.
to gross over $2 billion worldwide. What are the other three?
Titanic.
Titanic,
Avatar.
Avatar,
Those are the two I knew.
There's one
2015.
more. Joker.
Star Wars.
Which one?
The
one?
Force Awakens.
Yes.
Yep. Good. I like that, Rodney. I'm not going to spoil this for them. I like that.
Nah,
Rodney's
actually-
like, come on. you
Thanks for
dumb
the
fuck."
assist, Rodney.
Well, I didn't know it. Once you said 2015, it became
At the
a
time
movie.
of the release of this movie, this was the second most expensive movie in the MCU. What was the first?
Age of Ultron.
Bingo. Age of Ultron had a higher budget,
Nice.
which I would not have guessed.
I remember us talking about that.
I would have guessed
Like how
just 'cause
crazy
it's an
the budget
Avengers
was.
movie. They're gonna go all out. It probably would surpass the last one because they're gonna go all out even more each time. That would have been my guess too. I just didn't think of it as quick.
The name Thanos is a short form of the Greek name Thanatos, which means what in Greek?
God.
What does the name Thanos mean in Greek?
Titan.
Attack on Titan.
Powerful
Solid
being.
show, by the way.
Because Thanos is in the
means-
comics the Mad Titan.
It means death.
Well, that's
Damn.
yeah, because he's
Very
obsessed
appropriate.
with death in the comics too.
Damn,
we go
that's
for-
crazy.
Trivia, what we got for tomatoes?
Rotten
Rodney?
Tomatoes. We have two depressing scores: 85% critic and 91% audience.
Ant-Man
what
and
was Ant-Man
Ant-Man and the Wasp
was
got
87?
87.
Yeah.
Critics thought
What
that
the
was better
fuck?
than this. They're idiots.
People
No
were
way.
crazy.
And an 8.5 on IMDb.
I can't even
That's high
think.
for IMDb.
Yeah.
I can't. Oh, wow. What did we all give it score-wise?
Dude, I'll say this much about this movie, and I'll just go into my score too. Like, they juggle everybody's characters around so well in this movie. Like, this is like the blueprint for how you make everybody seem important and make a movie this long but not feel that long. Very well done on their part. That said, though, this is a 6.3 out of 10 to me. It's not. I'm just kidding. I'm just going to fuck with y'all every time with that. This is an 8.6 out of 10 to me. I love this movie. It's not quite a 9. I know everybody else is probably about to shower with that. I can already feel it.
Make it rain.
I don't know about Tyler. Maybe me and him are about on the same wavelength. Maybe I'm a little under him. I don't get into the MCU as much as y'all do, although I do love it. But, you know, it's not quite there, but I do fucking love this movie. I appreciate the stakes, and if I had it my way, this is where it would end. I like the darkness, but
Should go to Burger King.
as much as I love the snack, I hate that I know it's not going to be the end of all things like it was.
So, yeah, for me.
I like that depressing ending.
Most of these movies on this watch through, it's been my favorite watch. My scores have risen. My score actually went down a little bit on this watch. But that's not really taking anything away from the movie. It's still fantastic. I'm giving it a 9.4.
Before
went
I knew
down.
that was coming. It's like
It went
it was like a
down.
9.7.
Yeah, it would have been a 9.6. This is like top 50 material
Yeah.
for me.
I'll go. A movie with
Sure.
this magnitude and, like Brandon was saying, shows a ton of characters and their whole stories and growth throughout
They
this
flesh them out so well.
this fight.
Which is not
I
an
give
easy
it
thing to do.
9.2.
Bring
I
us
think that
home,
might
Rodney.
be my. That's right.
All right, y'all. So, Real quick, back to the theater talk. I know a while ago, episodes and episodes ago, y'all asked me what's the most times I've ever been to a movie theater for a movie. And I didn't get something happened where I didn't get to answer that night. But this movie,
You forgot.
I've seen this movie more times in theaters than any movie. I saw this 19 times in theaters.
Dude, no, it's real. There's
Dude,
no
that's
way
like-
it's real.
Swear.
$300.
You heard me over
because-
here like I was so hyped for this movie, but I somehow couldn't make it once. Rodney's like, you
I made
could
up for
have.
it.
I went 19
Dude.
times, so do not even put that bullshit
I
out
did.
there. You could have went.
I went 19. I counted because there was a guy on the internet who had seen it 19 times, and I was like, oh,
It's
if he's
Challenge
getting,
accepted.
yeah, if he's getting like attention for it and shit. So I did, but by the time I hit 19, he was at like, dude, like legit, he was like 80 something. I was like,
Oh,
there's no way.
that's why.
Remember that?
No,
So
I was
what?
shocked because I was like, so why didn't you just go 20 at that point? Why would you stop at 19? But I didn't realize that was just when you saw how many times
Yeah.
he went. I didn't
You
realize
saw
he
it
wasn't. His
19
tenure wasn't
times
done.
over how long of a span? A month?
Oh, well,
2 months?
Did you see with
It
new
was-
people, or you just like I'm just
yeah,
going
the first
with
few
myself?
times it was new people, and then the other times when I was bored. I wasn't,
That's
was just-
insanity.
I don't think I've watched any movie 19 times.
But the fan event for
I
it was
have for
incredible. I'll
sure,
tell you
but
right now,
in
the
the
first few
theater?
times I watched it, the most noise people made was when Iron Man got stabbed by his own arm spike thing that he
I
made.
love that.
Like when he
I
got
almost wish
stabbed
he
by that, the
died in
whole
this. That
audience
was
every time
crazy.
went crazy. More than the snap even. Like the snap was more of like a gasp from people, whereas Iron Man people
like,
were like
"They're about to kill him?"
screaming and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I even jumped back the first couple times, but this movie I have so much
Couple
love
times.
for. I've seen it well over 200 times, maybe even more, because I watched this
That's
like
insane.
all the fucking time.
There's no way.
I watch this movie so much, it's ridiculous.
So what's your score then? You
It's
probably like it.
I'm just gonna hit it.
I'm gonna start
Nice.
calling.
I'm just gonna hit it with the 10, bro.
A 10?
I'm
Damn.
gonna do
Oh
it because,
my
dude, I
God.
watch it way too much. I enjoy it way too much. There's no reason. The only problem I have with this movie, which I'm always back and forth on
It's
if it's
not
even
longer.
a problem, is the Hulk thing. And it's him not coming back into the picture. It was just Bruce Banner. But then I fight with myself and I'm like, well, that makes sense too. Bruce and Hulk kind of having a little, fight or
Qualm.
argument. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
that makes sense too. So it's a 10. I got to give it a 10.
God, I'm gonna start calling you Rodney Infinity. from
Just
here
call me
on out.
Thanos.
Okay, I won't do that. You don't deserve that.
You
Come
wish
on,
you got
bro.
a cool
You think a
nickname
little
like
too
that.
high or something.
I'm
Like,
Thanos.
you think you're Thanos,
I
bro?
know I'm Thanos.
Okay, I believe you. That was very impactful. Like the delivery there, I kind of believe it now. So Rodney's out of his fucking mind for all of it. But yeah, I mean,
Any additional
hell
points?
yeah,
End game.
it's no blood sport.
Ready for endgame?
End game, baby.
Let me get this phone
The
back open.
Kumite.
I hit
Now
you
that
with the plot.
stinks.
Adrift in space with no food or water, Tony Stark sends a message to Pepper Potts as his oxygen supply starts to dwindle. Meanwhile, the remaining Avengers must figure out a way to bring back their vanquished allies for an epic showdown with Thanos, the evil demigod who decimated the planet and the universe.
Okay. This movie came out in 2019, which blows my mind because Infinity War was 2018.
They were shot back to
Back
back.
to back.
I know, but like making a movie of this magnitude in a year like that,
Just boom, boom.
No, they've been making them since like 2015, 16.
it's just unbelievable.
Yeah, it's so
3
crazy for
hours
sure.
and 1 minute. All right, here
Why did I think Infinity War was 3 hours? I don't know why I was thinking
Budget.
that going in.
30.
for
Yeah.
this baby.
I was like, I got 2 back-to-back
I'm
3-hour
gonna guess
movies to watch.
310 million budget.
It's more than the last one.
You think it's less than the last one?
I don't remember what the budgets were, so I'm just gonna say more than the last one. Fuck it.
I'm keeping it
taking
at
that cheap
500
way out.
million.
356 million.
You remember what the last one was? Was it less than that?
326
Yeah, they're gonna go up. That's why I was thinking Age of Ultron, like you.
worldwide
Keep
gross.
raising the bar on the Avengers.
2.788 billion.
2.5 billion.
2.4 billion.
Rodney was 8 million off. 2.797. So almost 2.8 billion.
Can you imagine you can just start from scratch and make this just thing that people watch, and it's going to give you billions of fucking dollars? The fact that that's even a thing is insane. Like, who saw movies when they were making movies like them and fucking Ant-Man, like, coming to, like, these feats, and then you're in their fucking movies that are, you know, coming to these feats. It's crazy, man. Blows my mind.
Any awards or noms?
Yeah, they got nominated for one Oscar. Visual effects again, but of course they didn't win. I think they could have though.
Who won is the question.
I don't know who won.
Yeah, I figured it would.
The SAG Award for best performance by a stunt ensemble. So that's pretty good. It won the SAG Award. But visual effects.
No new characters, right?
I think
pretty much all the same.
No, I think there was a new character in this one.
No.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, Captain Marvel was.
But, I mean,
I can only think of Captain Marvel off the top of my head.
No, yeah.
Well, Ant-Man wasn't in Infinity War, right?
No, he was on House Arrest.
Yeah, so.
All right, so yeah, no new characters.
Evangeline
Same
too.
directors, Joe and Anthony Russo.
They started the takeover.
who was your all's favorite character?
Iron Man. Iron Man was my favorite character in this.
I like Cap in this one.
I'm Captain America. But I do want to show some love for Hawkeye. I really like Hawkeye in this movie.
This is probably his
I
best
do too,
portrayal.
actually.
He was pretty fucking sick.
Finally.
Rodney?
Team Thanos all day.
Really?
Still on that Thanos
Yeah.
train?
I didn't like Thanos as much.
Get off
I don't
his
like him as
dick.
much in this one
He's
either.
still good.
But yeah, I still really enjoy it because he still stays true to his character in this one. He's still Thanos, but it's that I think his character design was even not as good. Like I like the Thanos design in the Infinity War over this one too.
Yeah, the reason I got to go Iron Man is like this is just like the perfect end to his character.
This is his story.
It's
right
for
here, this movie.
I don't want to go too deep into that because we'll talk about it more. But like, it was the perfect going back to Iron Man 1 and him just sacrificing everything. Like, I mean, I almost feel like you can't not go Iron Man. So I'm shocked I'm the only one that did. But it's the perfect ending for Stark. Like, I mean, how couldn't you? But that's my thoughts. But there's so many great characters. It's got everybody, so you know.
Favorite scene?
I'll go first.
Oh, no, I'll go first.
No, let me go first. It's
Let
the
me go
same
first.
thing.
Because mine's...
Don't say it.
There's so many... There's like 32. I'm just pretending to be Josh. I actually love the opening with Hawkeye.
That ain't mine.
When he's with his family,
yeah.
and he walks away for a second, and then that's when the blip happens, the snap, and he goes back and his family's missing,
Yeah,
and
that's
that's
a
how
great
he
scene.
knows. Like, I was like, dude, it was such a beautifully shot scene.
He's just running to see everything. Like, what's going on?
So one that I want to mention, it's real quick, but it's where Cap catches Thor's hammer. The theater screamed when that happened.
Yeah.
I wish I was there
that's
so
up
bad
there
for
for
that.
That's one of the more like iconic. But then my favorite like actual scene would be the Black Widow and Hawkeye, where they
Sacrifice.
The fight.
Fucking love
Almost.
that.
Yeah,
they're
that,
back and forth. They each want to sacrifice
yeah.
themselves. You're like, nope, it's me. Nope, it's me. I love that scene.
I feel like Black Widow should have, like, Hawkeye should have been like, yeah, you're right, I got a
I
family.
have a family. That's how my whole spin on it. But yeah.
But he's a fucking
that was
hero.
greatly shot.
You got to out hero the other hero, right? Yeah, dude. I am Iron Man. It can't not be the best, dude. That scene was crushing. Like, it fucked everything up for me, like, in a great way. Like, him going out, like, that's a big reason why he's my favorite character. Just piggybacking off of that. I can't, like, for me, I was like, everybody's going to say this, and so far no one has. So here we go again, where I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But,
because we know you're probably going to say it.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
why
it's phenomenal, and I get a little choked up. I'm not gonna lie. When like fucking
if you
Pepper
start, I'll
Potts. No, it's not. Maybe we
Don't
should stop
start,
here.
don't start.
Yeah, when she's like, it's okay, like realizing he's done. You know, asking, it's critical.
Yeah,
you can rest now.
Hard.
That's the emotion of that, dude. That's
tough.
that's the best scene to me, by bar none.
But ever since I read it and told you all last week, Every time I see Pepper Potts, I wish it was Rachel McAdams. I wish
Yes,
she would have
I
took
know.
that fucking role.
Yeah, she would have said you could rest now better for sure. No, I'm just playing. I actually I don't like Gwyneth Paltrow at all, but that's my favorite scene of hers. Like, I mean, I love Gwyneth Paltrow, young Gwyneth Paltrow. For some reason, like
How
since she's
young?
gotten older.
13
What do you say?
and up.
Yeah, ever since she's got older, I don't really enjoy her in movies. It's not that she's a bad actress, but there was just, I don't know, man. There was something about this like youthful girl next door vibe she had when she was younger, and now she's like more like dolled up and doesn't feel that way anymore. And she just doesn't resonate with me in film the same way. But she did very well in this moment, I think.
Rodney, did you give your favorite scene?
No, not yet.
Mine would be the snap and that following scene. But, dude, this movie made me cry when I saw it in theaters. And
19
First or the
times in a
19th?
row.
no, I only
saw
saw
it.
this one like 6, I think.
I
But
was 6.
the the cheeseburger scene between Happy and Morgan, Tony Stark's daughter
Oh, at
Morgan.
the very end.
Dude, yes. Every time they're on that
Oh,
porch
your
and he
dad
starts,
You know
loves
your dad.
I'm
cheeseburgers.
like, I'm not this time, not this time.
It'd
And
been
then
funny if she's like,
fuck.
like everybody fucking does, bro. Like,
Take away from the moment
yeah,
completely.
you're not telling me
Nobody
nothing.
mentioned the I Love You 3000. That was
Yeah,
That
the
was,
little,
iconic.
the video
Yeah,
he
this
made.
The Andre 3000 cameo was great.
favorite action scenes.
Dude, I mean, obviously.
I'm guessing. Y'all want to guess yours? You're
It's
gonna
a-
say
Okay, guess.
Captain America with the hammer.
No, well, the whole
The
whole scene.
in-fight scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to
The
like.
whole
I'll
last
be more
45
specific.
minutes, dude. Whenever
I'm
Steve
getting
Rogers,
Specific on mine too.
I get mine.
whenever Captain America gets his ass kicked, and then he hears Falcon say
On your
"on your
left.
left,"
Hell yeah.
and you see freaking
chills.
Black Panther walk out. Dude,
Yeah.
I'm sure the crowd erupted like nuts.
It's
The on your left thing.
Dude, that's
bringing
so
that back.
badass.
yeah. I'll piggyback off that. It's the initial clash. That initial
Yeah.
clash when they all come together and you see everybody. You see Drax like jumping on dude's back. It's like yes, everybody. As much as I hate that they came back, 'cause I'd rather them be dead because I'm that type of morbid guy, and I prefer the ending to the original where it's like holy shit that just happened. But
There's
yeah,
so many scenes I wanna talk
still
about.
they came back and it was fucking great watching like yeah, you thought you had this, but nah, we in here. And the way just watching them converge, dude, like a wall of death in a fucking mosh pit, just like that, just slamming into each other, and everybody had like their own little moments where they're jumping and attacking. It was like, let's fucking go. Yeah, that's my favorite.
What's your favorite, Rodney?
particular part of the
I'm gonna
action
get
scene.
real detailed about mine.
Do tell.
Because the last hour of the movie, like y'all said, is just the best part of the movie. But seeing Pepper Potts and Iron Man back to back shooting the aliens or whatever, like them two teaming up like they did, dude, that's so much adrenaline going through my blood because that stems all the way back to Iron Man 1, what started all of this. You know, Pepper Potts is in the suit. She's got her man's back. Like they're both
She's a
out
day
there.
one,
Chemistry.
man.
Yeah, dude. And then the moves that they did too were just, that scene. You know?
Yeah, this man's got a lot of adrenaline in his blood,
Yeah.
so that's saying something. See, check it out. Like, oh god.
Tyler.
Just happened.
No.
Tits.
I got a question though. What did y'all think about
No.
Fat Hulk
Thor.
or Thor? Yeah,
Fat Thor.
and
That
No,
so I was
that-
gonna bring up.
Well, I was gonna wait on this, but let me just say something about this movie that affects it for me to some degree. My favorite people and the whole MCU
Yeah.
is Spider-Man. Dude's gone the whole movie because he got dusted. All the Guardians, and they all got dusted besides Rocket, but it's Rocket
Yeah.
without the
You
rest of
hated
them.
this
And
movie.
Nebula, and Gamora's dead, or at least whatever the fuck with fucking MCU. And then the other two that are left that I love are Hulk, who they fucking absolutely ruined in this movie, and Thor, who's like a fat bastard now.
Yeah.
So like all my favorite characters were either dead or they were
changed
just
completely.
yeah, like they made like
They're not their badass themselves.
yeah. So it was like, wow, thanks, Endgame. So like yeah, that really
I think they
kind of
ruined Hulk.
Oh, no, kind of.
Yeah,
Dude,
especially for
terrible.
future movies.
I mean,
they pretty much feel like they
and that's
ruined
the
them.
thing.
But I feel like with Thor,
don't
I
get
mean,
into this
it
shit.
works just because how Thor's reaction to everything
It was
and how
funny.
he's just.
All the shit
It was
that went
funny,
on with him, but it's not
But
worth
and Thor
ruining
can
the
still
character
fucking
to me.
fight though. Thor can still put on that.
And he's got the suit, so it kind
Yeah,
of hides the beer belly.
and he's still a badass. But Hulk, no. I mean, it's
Yeah,
just like, what is going on?
For me, that hurts me because even though, like, I'm Thor if I have to pick a character in the MCU. But, like, as far as, like, superheroes, I've never been a big superhero guy, but I've always fucked with Spider-Man and Hulk. Those are my go-tos. I love them dearly. And just to see Hulk utilized this way bothers me. Whereas, like, if it was another character, I'd be like, oh, they're just doing something different with them. But being the huge Hulk fan that I am, even going back before I was, like, deep into the MCU, it bothers me because I'm like, this ain't fucking Hulk, dude. What are we doing here? We're, like, jeopardizing his character to some degree just so we can get laughs from, like, these teens and shit in the theater. Like, what are we doing? You're fucking up. Terrible decision.
This
But no,
movie-
there isn't any boobs.
This movie was filmed in Atlanta, Georgia, New York City, and then they filmed some in Tokyo. And then again, this movie takes place all over the place. We got New York. It takes place in, I don't know if they ever said the actual planet or whatever, but the garden where Thanos like retires to.
Yeah,
They
Madison
refer to
Square
it as
Garden.
The garden. San Francisco, you have New Asgard, which I thought was pretty
Yeah,
fucking
that was
funny.
cool. It was a funny scene, even though I wish.
Tokyo, Morag, New Jersey, and Vormir.
Cable.
So taking place all over the globe.
Yeah. Best unimportant scene. As a huge Van Damme fan, I appreciated the Time Cop shout out. That was kind of cool. When Don Cheadle went on a rant about movie, like where time goes, he's like, Time Cop. It was like the third one he mentioned. I was like, yes, thank you for at least mentioning that. Time Cop is the shit. We'll review that at some point.
Just Professor Hulk, really. I understand them doing Professor Hulk, but they didn't. They like keeping him the whole time. Was just I wasn't a fan of that. Like especially the final battle, they didn't give us. We got to see Hulk throw one person in that final battle.
What if they did like the diner scene, but switch things around a little as like the post-credit scene or something? Like that might be like just funny. Like oh yeah, but it's over. But you got to see Hulk for the whole fucking movie, and then you have like the little funny scene where it's like you don't want to take a picture with me. And it's like, no, I'm done with it. Ant-Man's like, she doesn't even fucking want it. Like, just like that'd have been a good end credit scene. But to have him,
it's just.
but you do need him, and like, but he could have just been regular old Bruce Banner, like figuring out everything.
Yeah, and like
Once
some
Tony
of the
figured
jokes
it
he
out.
made, like during the time travel.
Oh yeah, he's like,
Like-
smash, and she's like, boom,
Yeah,
Hulk
it's-
smash. It's like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
This is not
totally
Hulk, dude. What are you doing?
And it's been like the last battle, like we all as fans expected a round 2 with Thanos. We got nothing near it.
No.
It was so badass
Tyler,
watching them clash.
Goose?
They're just-
Yeah,
what did they do?
y'all won't believe it, but for Avengers Endgame, there isn't that many goofs. They were on their game with this. But during the fight against Thanos, Captain America's shield is broken in half by an enemy's sword.
Beat the shit out of your Caps.
What are y'all doing?
It's a little inside joke that happened earlier in the review that I can't stop.
However, when all the heroes arrive to the battlefield through the portals, the shield appears intact. And then it's shown broken again. So whenever they first start battling, it's a full shield, and then it's cracked again.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Deleted scenes? Anything? Anything worth keeping?
Not really. This was like all extended scenes. They basically did the exact same scene. Like it's cool as like in a parallel universe. This might be okay too, but I do prefer the type of scene they kept. They paid respects to Iron Man in a different way. Like, whereas afterwards they had that music playing and they were watching, you know, on the lake or whatever, their final goodbyes, and it kind of like went past everybody and played that music, and it was just showing everybody, you know, as it was panning away, like their remorse for him. And in this deleted scene, it has them doing the same thing with the same music, but they all like slowly start to take a knee around them, and it's like going past them as they're taking that knee.
I prefer
initially.
that scene. I've seen that deleted scene, and I prefer.
I don't
it.
know if I do or not. It's one of those toss-ups. Like, I don't prefer it enough to say it should have been over it, but like it would have been worked either way.
I feel like Captain America maybe should have showed a little bit more emotion too, rather than. I mean, and I get he was showing emotion, but I feel like Tony Stark is Captain America's like best friend on that team, even though.
But hear me out. Iron Man, Captain America, 1A, 1B. I'd say Thor is like 1C, but he's still a peg below them two for sure. In terms of like they're the faces, he's like right under them. When Iron Man gets exited out of the picture, this is time for Captain America to tuck them emotions down deep and be the leader.
Right, I get that.
So I think that's why it works. But it would have been cool maybe if like he had that moment, but maybe he walks around the cabin or wherever the fuck they're at, and he has an emotional moment, and maybe someone steps to him and is just like, "You okay, Cap?" And maybe they even had a scene like that. Like, you could have done something like that, and I would have loved it. But face value in front of everybody, I feel like he has to stay strong for the team, as he's unequivocally the main head honcho in that moment. Got to be that guy.
Did the ending deliver? Yeah. 100% again.
I didn't write anything down.
In fight, absolutely
yes.
amazing. I love the emotions you get with Stark dying. You get that whole funeral. And then also the emotions with Captain America leaving and passing his torch/shield to the Falcon, which we then get the whole show. And then I love the very, very end scene, which is Cap finally getting that dance
Yes.
with Peggy Carter, which happened, how many movies ago?
Should have happened.
But yeah, that was fantastic, beautiful ending. Can't complain at all.
I have a weird opinion with like the very, very ending. Like, there's parts of me that feels like it goes on too long, and it's like branching further and further away of the impact of Stark's death. But at the same time, you do have to have all that, because you can't just leave all those other characters uninterrupted. And there's good stuff. But I feel like the farther you get away from like the biggest punch and you let the movie go on 10 more minutes, the less it resonates in a way too. So it's kind of like bittersweet, but it's still a solid fucking ending. That's something I always think about. I don't know if y'all have ever thought of that, or maybe you're just like, you're crazy, but I don't know. It's something that I think about when I'm watching the ending. I'm like, it needs to end right here. Like, right, nip it in the bud, nip it. Oh, now we gotta go to this guy. All right, roll right. Oh, now we gotta go to this guy. Yeah, but it's still solid ending for sure overall.
Anybody
Yeah, I
else?
think it delivered.
Rodney?
Yeah, we all agree.
Any fleshing out? No? All right, on to some trivia.
My flesh is out.
Who was the only actor to read the entire script?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
I believe that. I'm gonna agree. Not just because of his delivery, he just seems like the guy that would.
Brolin. Thanos.
Robert Downey Jr.
Mm.
The
That
only
makes
person
sense.
to read the whole script.
Like I said, man,
his-
that's who I had.
So this was shot, we've kind of said, back to back with Infinity War. How long? How many days? Period. I'm having trouble phrasing it.
60.
They shot both these movies
Yeah, I
back to
don't know
back
these
over
saying.
how many days?
Oh.
Oh, wow. I thought you meant-
They shot the movies back to back
Oh shit!
over a period of blank days.
5 months.
180 days, I'll say.
say 214.
I'm saying 5 months, so that's
150? 150 something?
Minus 6 months.
no. Well, yeah, 30, 60, 90, yeah, 120, 150. I was
200 days. Tyler, you-
Yeah, I was about to bring mine up to 180.
14 away, dang it.
So Robert Downey Jr. officially surpasses who for the most appearances in a film as the same superhero?
As the same superhero?
Yes.
Wouldn't it Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Yeah, that's a good.
I said Hugh instead.
I
of
know.
Hugh. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was trying to think of who it would be, but I should've thought of
he
that.
surpassed him with 10, and Robert Downey Jr. set the record in 11 years, where Jackman, it took him 17 years.
He still might come back. Who knows?
That's it for
Thanos.
trivia. Actually, no, it's not. I got extra
Thanos,
trivia.
Thanos.
This
Just
film
Thanos.
earned $60 million in its Thursday night release.
It's a lot of
breaking
money. Quick.
The $57 million record previously held by what movie?
Infinity War?
Avatar.
No. It was either Infinity War or Force Awakens.
Infinity
Force
War.
Awakens.
Ah,
Had a $57 million Thursday. That's made
That's-
$60
that
million
was my other guess.
in one
'cause
day.
It had to have been one of those
That's
4 movies we
fucking
talked
insane.
about.
All right.
I saw Force
Rodney?
Awakens in theaters.
Rotten
Still love
Tomatoes.
that movie.
94% critic, 90% audience. 8.4 IMDb.
Beautiful.
Our personal scores. So, I've always been on the train of Infinity War is better than Endgame. Always been on that train.
But
This watch through, that gap was closed. So Infinity War went down a little bit. Endgame went up a little bit. Endgame still does not surpass Infinity War though, but it's gonna get a 9.2. Absolutely love
Nice.
this movie.
Respectable.
I still think it is overrated, I guess you would say, but 9.2.
Ooh, this might have been my first watch all the way through actually.
what?
Really?
Shocking.
Yeah, because I saw it when it first came out. This movie, it's so hard to compare it to Infinity War. I'll give this one a 1 point higher, 0.1 higher, a 9.3
Ooh,
over Infinity War.
interesting.
Just because, dude, the ending to this movie, the final fight scene with everybody coming back at that moment, it's just iconic. And then the whole storyline of what's been going on for 10 years, 11 years since the first Iron Man, and then finally coming to an end the way it did, it's a masterpiece, really.
Yep.
Yeah, let me come down a lot. This one is still worse than Infinity War to me. Still a great movie, I'll say, but I think it could be about on par, like maybe 0.1 less. If you remember, I gave Infinity War 8.6. If it didn't happen to have my personal favorite characters not showcased in the way I would like them to, or not be in it at all until the very fucking end. So that kind of is more of a personal gripe. But it just happens to pan out that way, where this movie just shit on everything I love about the MCU the most. So it came down, but the spectacle, as I always say with the MCU, it's still epic. I got to give it a great score. I give it an 8.1 out of 10.
You're another 10, Rodney?
No, I don't like this as much as Infinity War.
8.2 out of 10. I lied.
It's
8 point what?
8.2.
I enjoy this movie. I think maybe you could shave down some minutes on this movie. The last hour of the movie is incredible.
It doesn't
Naturally,
juggle everything as well as Infinity
nowhere near
War.
as well.
Infinity War is perfection in that
What they
aspect.
did with Hulk in this is honestly appalling to me. Like, I really dislike the Hulk factor of this movie.
Yeah.
I think they went a little too long with the Fat Thor jokes. But overall, enjoyable movie to watch. I'm gonna give it an 8.9. I still love this movie.
I mean, yeah, I'd say
It's,
I have an
yeah,
8.9.
it's I still love it. It's just not Infinity War.
No.
On to Spider-Man Far From Home.
And I'm going to come clean. I did not watch this.
Wow. Next.
Yeah. But I happen to love this movie, so I know enough.
So we got the plot. Peter Parker's relaxing European vacation takes an unexpected turn when Nick Fury shows up in his hotel room to recruit him for a mission.
Oh, yeah, it happened.
The world is in danger as 4 massive elemental creatures, each representing earth, air, water, and fire, emerge from a hole torn in the universe. Parker soon finds himself donning the Spider-Man suit to help Fury and fellow superhero Mysterio stop the evil entities from wreaking havoc across the continent. It's kind of a misleading plot when you really think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, this movie came out in 2019. A shorter movie, 2 hours and 9 minutes.
So
Anyone
short.
want to guess the budget?
153.
165.
150.
160.
You always
Rodney,
go
you were
up with
5
these
off.
movies.
Josh was 7 off. Worldwide gross?
Must have been 10
Ooh,
off.
1.3 billion.
1.1 billion.
900 million.
1.1 billion.
Nice, Brandon.
Psst.
Rodney,
What up?
any new characters in this movie?
Oh,
from the first
yeah.
one?
We got Jake Gyllenhaal as Quentin
Hell
Beck,
yeah.
Mysterio.
My favorite actor? No, one of them. Ambulance.
Yep, that's really about it.
Really?
Yeah, well, I mean, you got Nick Fury in this one more.
Nice. Nice.
Samuel L. Jackson, but
Any awards or noms?
no. Nope.
All right. Who was your all's favorite character?
Spider-Man. Dude, I also enjoyed Happy a lot in this movie.
Happy, I do think takes a bigger role.
Yeah, I
do
liked
really
Happy.
Like him in this.
Yeah, he's definitely great. In
No, I
this.
mean I wrote Spider-Man down too, but I love Jake Gyllenhaal
Yeah.
in this movie. I'm a
I'm-
huge Gyllenhaal fan.
Yeah,
so-
me too. Everybody is though. Mysterio for me.
Rodney?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mysterio for me.
What's your favorite scene?
I'll go. I like when Spider-Man gets the glasses and he puts them on, and the name is Edith, which means even dead, I'm the hero.
Yeah.
Tony Stark. That's a
That
little.
was
Yeah,
funny.
that's awesome. I forgot about that.
Yeah, when he's
'Cause
on
I
the
didn't watch
bus
it
or
this
whatever.
time. But yeah. Mine is definitely the ending with Mysterio. Him
Oh.
trying to fool him one last time, and then like the little speech he gives to Spider-Man. I absolutely love that scene. Can't remember exactly what he says because I didn't watch it this time around, but I do know I love that part of it. That'd be my favorite scene.
Mine's that illusion Beck put Spider-Man in that like first time when they're in the
Yeah.
building.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
fucking trippy.
Yeah, that's
I love that.
that's funny because I might have something coming up on that.
Yeah, I'll say that's my favorite scene too. It's
Delusion.
action, but it's also like
It's
there's a lot of monologue.
Just a
here.
mind fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, that's my favorite action sequence. I love everything about that. I mean, it's really like not going on, so you can say it's not an action sequence, but all the attacks on him and shit. That first hallucination he had was fucking epic, and I love like the effects on that. I think it looks amazing.
My favorite action scene is the final illusion with the big elemental creature or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spider-Man gets inside and like has all the drones.
Dude,
spider
it's so
webbing.
fucking
Yeah,
dope.
The
That's
way
my-
he's like, the agility of him, the way he's slinging around
Dude.
and like spraying the drones and crap, like it's just sick.
It takes
the
out a
only
ton of
reason I
drones.
didn't go with that is because I was like, I feel like somebody else will, so I'll just say the first one because that
It's
was
epic.
almost just as dope, if not as dope. Yeah, completely agree there.
Yeah, I'm the same
fucking
exact
sick, dude.
scene
Those
that Josh
drones
just
are
said. That's the best
awesome.
scene.
Rodney?
Yeah, honestly,
4 for 4?
all the action scenes in this were my favorite. Like I can't
Top
really
notch,
choose.
dude.
Yeah, well, because I have a little bit of an issue with the whole thousands and thousands of bullets being dodged so easily, but you kind of have to shut your brain off or something
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. But yeah, I love that. I'll just piggyback off the first illusion still
Yeah.
being my favorite action scene as well.
Yeah,
I still love that.
so good.
Tyler, I'm guessing there's no boobs.
No, I didn't see
Damn
any.
it.
I don't have a best unimportant scene, guys. So keep
This
that in mind.
movie
Gotta
was
watch it.
filmed in New York, Italy, Prague, London, and Spain. So again, another movie that would have been fun to film.
Pretty much
Get
filmed
to
everywhere
travel
they
the
said they
world.
were at.
So it takes place in Prague, London, United Kingdom, and then New Jersey at the end of the movie. Brandon didn't have an unimportant scene. Rodney, You got any cringe moments?
I might have to get back. I mean, well, yeah, okay, yeah. Anything Flash Thompson related.
Yeah,
I hate Flash Thompson.
Oh, dude.
Dude, like, all 3 movies, it's just like, dude, get out of here. Like, he doesn't fit.
Penis Parker.
Yeah.
Oh, so funny.
Yeah, I don't like him at all.
He's
He saves the day, though, because Happy wouldn't have been able to find him if he wasn't.
yeah.
Because he
really
tells him that
does.
at the end or whatever. Tyler, any goofs?
Yeah, when Peter arrives in Berlin and jumps from the train, people look up, but in various directions, not at Peter. So they're just looking all over the place.
Wow, what idiots.
Yeah,
It's a good goof.
that's the best goof
Nothing
and the
else.
only goof.
Sad, that's the best.
Brandon?
Steven Seagal's pants.
Brandon, I'm guessing no deleted scene
that the only
remembrance.
Yeah.
So I guess Rhonda did the ending deliver. I
Yes.
feel like I know where we're all going with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the ending of this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, that final illusion scene is my favorite scene of the whole movie, and great battle. I like the ending where Peter Parker finally gets MJ, I guess you would
Yeah.
say. I like how that all came
Gets
together.
the girl.
So yeah, ending delivers. Any other notes?
No notes from my.
Anything, Tyler?
Well, the end credit scene.
Okay, you jump in there.
I guess, are we doing additional right now? Or just
Well, we got
ending?
trivia. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go for
the end credit scene when you see
Mysterio.
Spider-Man is revealed and Peter Parker is
Yep.
shown to the public. Ronnie,
everyone
I'm
thinks
gonna whoop
he's the
your
bad
ass,
guy.
dude. You think you're
Charlie.
all right, Craig?
Ready for trivia?
Yeah,
Hit
let's
us.
do it.
I'm ready.
At around 10 minutes into the movie, Peter Parker's suitcase has the letters BFP on it.
Yeah, I know.
What does that stand for?
Ben Franklin Parker.
Ben,
Bingo.
big fucking penis.
Uncle Ben. That's
awesome.
It stands for.
I was wondering what it stood for.
This is the first Marvel movie without a cameo by who?
Iron Man. Oh wait, Stan Lee.
Stan Lee. 'Cause
Oh,
passed
he
away.
wasn't in.
Yep.
Dang.
That's been my girlfriend's favorite part of all these is finding
Is
Stan
Stan
Lee.
Lee? Did she see this one with you?
Yeah.
She like, what the
Watched it. Well,
fuck?
we didn't watch the ending because something transpired, but
Oh.
Perfect movie.
And y'all
Yeah.
cried about Stan Lee.
dude, and it was the where he's on the train and it's like black and white, like dark and light, and I almost fucking went into a stroke when that happened. It was a dark room.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was like the clapping sound every time it
Yeah.
went dark light.
I hate.
This film takes place how long after Endgame?
Shit.
Oh, I know this.
It's pretty much. It's almost immediate. I'll say it's
Nope.
Couple months.
Week.
We got 8 months.
like 8 months.
I knew it was months. I didn't know if it was
8
a
months
short or a
after
long one.
Endgame. And that is it for trivia. What we got for tomatoes, Rodney?
Rotten Tomatoes for Far From Home is 90% critic,
Again, higher than Infinity War?
95% audience,
Wow.
with a 7.4 on IMDb.
Wow. What we got personal score? Anybody want to go first?
I'll
I'll
go.
go last.
I'll go second.
I say decent Spider-Man movie. I give it an 8.3. Something that bugged me is the dude that wants MJ as well. He didn't blimp, so he gained 5 years. Why doesn't he graduate from high school?
He was 5 years behind him.
He was 5 years behind him.
Yeah. So now he's in the same grade as them.
I didn't know that.
All right, 8.9.
Yeah.
No, still 8.3.
Rodney, what you got?
I really enjoy this movie. The special effects were really good.
Amazing.
Jake Gyllenhaal's
What I miss?
Mysterio was really good. Still, even though he was in a lot of this movie, I still feel like he was a little bit underutilized.
Yeah, well, the part of it too is like over half the movie, you're thinking like, is he a fucking good guy in this?
Yeah.
You didn't get to
think
see
he is.
him as menacing-ish.
In the
As he
Mysterio.
really is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I fucking adore this movie. I will give it 1 point higher than Endgame with a 9.0.
Damn.
1 point higher?
Or 0.1
I
higher.
was about to say, what'd you give
Yeah.
it? You gave it a
beautiful.
9.0?
9.0.
Yeah, I really like this movie. Definitely a step up from the first Spider-Man. I give it an 8.6.
Damn, son. What y'all think I give it?
8.9.
Damn.
I'll
dude.
say 9.3.
Damn, son.
I'll say 9.1.
Didn't you hate on the first one? First Spider-Man?
6.9 is what I gave it. And Tyler nailed it. 9.1 is the rating I give this movie. I absolutely adore this movie. This is top tier MCU through and through to me.
I love this suit too, by the way.
Yeah, the suit.
The black one?
Yeah.
This is
no,
some,
the black and red one at the end.
This is some of my favorite effects, if not my favorite effects.
Black
Like
monkey?
Spider-Man
What do you call
looks so fucking dope swinging around in this
Yeah.
fucking movie. You got Gyllenhaal as the fucking villain. The bait and switch shit could not work, but it does work for me here. The action sequences are all phenomenal. You remember, like you were saying, all of them you fucking remember.
Yeah.
And it's just so fucking good. And then, like I said, Hulk, Spider-Man, seeing it come to fruition like this. And this is kind of hurt the first one. That's part of the reason I gave it 6.9 is you see the capabilities of what they can do with this character. I actually, like, I'm probably higher on this movie than most, even though you saw that score. Like, I fucking adore this movie. 9.1 out of 10. For
Hell
sure.
yeah. Any additional points?
Yeah, shall she roll, fellas?
You gonna hit stop, Tyler? You want me to get it?
Whoever gets there first.
Thanks for tuning in. Peace.